Hi, welcome back to Burning River Bushcraft. Today we're going to be making a board cut Atlatl. If this is the kind of thing you like, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to be notified of my latest videos, and leave me a comment in the comment box. You can keep up with this kind of nonsense and other things that I do on Instagram and Facebook at Burning River Bushcraft. I also teach outdoor classes at outdoorcore.com. So I've been playing with Atlatls a little bit on and off, never real serious, for probably the last 3 years. So prior to this, I've just been making Atlatls in the field, probably what I would call a survival Atlatl. Not really primitive, but just using just a simple folding saw and a knife like I always carry with me. The first Atlatl I've made was just using a sapling, just cutting it off and taking a limb, carving it down. This is a different style I've been playing with. This one's actually made with a larger piece of river cane. But today we're going to actually be starting with dimensional lumber. So this is part of a board bow actually. I just sacrificed it for this project. So we're going to be starting with approximately a 3/4 by 3/4 square of red oak. Now I'm going to be building an Atlatl that's actually featured in a book here. This is the new Atlatl and Dart workbook. I've got several Atlatl books once I started to get into this and research a little bit more. This is going to be what Wyatt Knapps calls his primitive hunting Atlatl, and that's just my speed. So I'm going to be pretty much following the dimensions in his book. If you're interested in this, just pick up a copy. So this is a pretty close copy to Wyatt Knapps' design. His was a dowel rod, so it's going to take me a little bit more work to round it, but I'm cool with that. Here's all the dimensions, and again, if you want to get them, just go ahead and pick up the book. It's pretty inexpensive, and there's a lot of information in that. So with this chunk cut out now, the Atlatl is actually going to get some flex to it when I throw it. I'm going to work on this handle section and then take these 90s off the back end. I'm going to use my spoke shave for that. Now since I have a sander available, I'm going to go ahead and just blend all these edges. And then here I'm just going to go ahead and roll this top over. I'm going to leave myself enough meat here for the spur. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to use for a spur yet. Probably a piece of micarta. But right now I'm just going to take out all my tool marks and we should be getting close to attaching our spur. So this is pretty nice, pretty smooth for the most part. It's kind of bow-like. It's thin, it's got flex, but it's still strong. So that's exactly what you want. So this is a chunk of industrial micarta. So it's left over from a knife handle. I'll get my angle grinder and I'll cut this piece out, and then I'll go ahead and grind it and shape it to fit in the top of my Atlatl. So the Micarta Spur, I've got one dimension cut, and I'm just going to just cut a small little hook in the top of this. So I've got the Micarta Spur shaped about like I want it. And then I pockmark the bottom and the Atlatl itself to give the glue a little something to bite to. So I'm going to be using clear Gorilla Glue on this. So this design from the book gives us this nice little notch to line this up to, and it fits in there pretty nice, pretty straight. And I'm going to let it sit overnight. So at this point the lashing is just going to be pretty much cosmetic, but I'm going to lash it on regardless. I think it'll look a whole lot better. And then I will clean up all the glue marks and we'll work on some kind of finish. So I tied a small bow line in here, and any fixed loop would work. and I'm just going to use that to draw against. Now that I'm through here a couple times, I'm going to go up and over. I'll do that a couple times as well. I'll just put a drop in the holes. So I'll just keep this from running, which I didn't apply a lot anyway, so it's not going to be real difficult to do. And I will start the process of applying the tung oil. So here's the finish we're going to be using, tung oil. And it seems to actually penetrate the wood a little bit better than boiled linseed oil. And I was told it actually hardens the wood as well. So if that's true or not, I don't know. But I like the look of it. So this red oak soaked the tung oil pretty quickly. And every time it would dry, I would add another coat. So it's about 5 coats, and I think that's pretty good. There is a close-up of the Micarta Spur. I think that looks pretty nice. So it's usable like it is. I could do a handle wrap of leather like the book recommends, but I've got some jute twine here. So I'm just going to do a jute twine wrap that's similar to some of the bows that I make. So I think it'll fit in and look kind of cool when we're done. So with this jute wrap, I do this a lot, so I've showed this on video a lot. I think the last video I did this on was a knife handle. So paracord jute, it doesn't matter. I'm just taking just a loop. And I'm laying it on the section that I want. And I'm going to leave, maybe an inch margin on the bottom. And I don't know how slippery this thing's going to be. I may need to put like a lanyard hole in the bottom. But I think this jute will give me a nice grip. So I'm right about to where the curve starts. So I'll just trim this off a little bit. And I'm going to go through the loop with the extra line. And I'm going to grab my tail on the bottom and go ahead and pull it in. So now there's little wild hairs on here, and I'm going to put them down. There, that's a nice grip. So we have a completed atlatl that's ready to use. So this is my version of the classic hunting atlatl. I've done a jute wrap. There's the Micarta Spur. This was if this was a natural material, I would have to use either a very, very hard wood or a piece of antler. So to make these things work, the dart's got a socketed head, and then the spur goes right down on it. Now I actually hold it with this particular style of atlatl. I'm just going to hold it with my thumb and forefinger. So I've got a groundhog target about 10 yards away here. We'll give it a couple throws and see how it does. So like any primitive skill, practice is key. I do not take this real serious. I throw the atlatl when I feel like it, and then I put it down and forget about it until later. But I'm going to explore this a little bit more. This is a pretty good one. Check my channel. Go ahead, subscribe, and you'll see the updates of when I make another set of darts. But this will not be the last atlatl I make for quite a while, that's for sure. I'm going to try several different styles, as well as some of the more modern styles that have an actual rest on the handle. I might make some with palm swells. I'll probably make a basket maker style Atlatl. So this is a lot of entertainment for cheap. This is just a small piece of an oak board. So if you were doing a board bow or something anyway, you've probably got one of these laying around. If you get tired of shooting slingshots and bows and you're looking for another primitive skill, the Atlatl is a pretty good one. Till next time, this has been Jamie Boggs with Burning River Bushcraft. See you soon.